Yo, what's going on, people? I go by Rasdakai and welcome to my channel. Apparently Kanye West just can't get enough of pissing some of everybody off. I'm just gonna get into it. He said some things about George Floyd that has upset some people, and now he's being sued. Before I get to that, I've got to go. 1,000 subs by November. If you enjoy the content, feel free to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So Kanye West went on the Drink Champs show, podcast, something like that, and he had a whole lot of things to say. And in this particular video, I'm just going to focus on the George Floyd situation, but I may do other videos later on. And this is what he had to say.
I watched the George Floyd documentary that Candace Owens put up. One of the things that his two roommates said was, they want a tall guy like me. They want a tall guy like me. And the day when he died, he said a prayer for, 8 minutes. Mm-hmm. He said a prayer for 8 minutes. They hit him with the fentanyl. If you look, the guy's knee wasn't even on his neck like that. When he said mama is his girlfriend. They said he screamed for his mama. Mama was his girlfriend. It's in the documentary.
So apparently there's a documentary about the whole George Floyd situation, at least in part the George Floyd situation, produced by Candace Owens, and they go into a different viewpoint, a story or whatever, that paints things differently. If you're not up to speed, Candace Owens, that's pretty much her thing. She's going to disparage anything that has anything to do with, Black Lives Matter, civil rights from the black perspective. That's her angle. That's where she gets that's basically her bread and butter to some extent. I guess Kanye West doesn't know that or something. I don't know. But of course, some people took offense to it, especially the family of George Floyd, who are now suing Kanye West for $250 million, which according to this podcast, he's a multi-billionaire, so he's got it. But let's continue. So according to a article from Yahoo and many other sources that I checked, the mother of George Floyd's daughter announced they are filing a $250 million lawsuit against Kanye West over his recent statements about Floyd's death. The rapper, who goes by Ye, erroneously declared on a podcast that Floyd died from fentanyl. Is that how you say that? Anyway, not as the result of police brutality. Kanye's comments are a repugnant attempt to discount George Floyd's life and to profit from his inhumane death, attorney Pat D. Dixon III said in a statement on Tuesday, adding that the goal with the lawsuit is to hold Mr. West accountable for his flagrant remarks. So I'm kind of surprised that they're not going after Candace Owens in the documentary, because that's where he's getting his information from, and that's where other people are getting their information from. I've kind of just looked around and just reading comments and looking at different people's videos, and they're kind of just going along with what Kanye is saying. Not to say that in other segments outside of the anti-Semitic stuff, that he didn't have good things to say, or things that at least make sense to tackle to some extent. But he's just outpouring whatever comes up. And unfortunately, some of what comes up is destructive as hell. And I just don't see this going well for him. I'm very curious to see if they do anything about the documentary, though, because that's the source of it. Why sue just Kanye? Yeah, if you agree with Kanye that what we saw in the video, that we didn't see that officer hold his knee, basically his body weight on top of George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes, feel free to comment down below. I just don't know what to say about that. I mean, we saw that. We saw him just with his knee on his neck for that long. I mean, I don't get where the confusion is. Anyway, I have ranted long enough. That is my perspective. That is the truth, as I see it, based on the evidence provided, videos shown, what I've seen, blah blah blah. Yeah, if you enjoyed the content, feel free to express yourself by the many means available on this page. If you want to support, 2 ways to do it: like, subscribe for free, or you can donate via Cash App. I may have some other stuff in there later on. Maybe I'll get a Venmo or PayPal or something like that, but for right now, just Cash App. So yeah, y'all have a good one.